Hi friends, myself Bhavan Jha from Biology Guru. I have these topics from class 11th biology. These are crucial for class as well as all pre-medical exams. Today's topics for discussion are APOPLAST and SYMPLAST pathways from chapter 11 and composition of blood from chapter 18. First topic is APOPLAST pathway from chapter 11, that is transport in plants. Movement of water and minerals occur through system of adjacent cell walls and intercellular spaces. As it doesn't involve crossing the cell membrane, so apoplast movement is faster. As water evaporates into intercellular spaces or the atmosphere, tension develops in the continuous stream of water. Most of the water moves by apoplast pathway. After endodermis, movement of water occurs by SYMPLAST pathway only due to presence of CASPERIAN strips. CASPERIAN strips. The tangential as well as radial walls of root endodermal cells have deposition of suberin. Suberin is water impermeable, waxy material, occurs in the form of CASPERIAN strips. It prevents apoplast movement, that is, after endodermis, water is transported through SYMPLAST pathway only. Water molecules are unable to penetrate the layer, so they are directed to wall regions that are not suberized into the cell proper through membranes. The water then moves through SYMPLAST and again crosses a membrane to reach the cells of xylem. SYMPLAST pathway. It is a system of interconnected protoplasts. Neighboring cells are connected through cytoplasmic strands that extend through plasmodesmata. Ions entering the cytoplasm of epidermis move across cytoplasm of cortex, endodermis, and pericycle through plasmodesmata. During this movement, water travels through cytoplasm of cells. Intercellular movement is through plasmodesmata. Water has to enter the cell through cell membrane, hence SYMPLAST movement is relatively slower. It may be aided by cytoplasmic streaming, that is, example, movement of chloroplast in the cells of hydrilla leaves. Another topic is composition of blood from body fluid and circulation, chapter 18. Blood is a special fluid connective tissue. It consists of two components, plasma, which is 55%, and formed elements or corpuscles, which is 45%. Plasma is extracellular fluid. It is sticky, viscous, straw-colored, and slightly alkaline. Composition of plasma. It has water 90% to 92%, proteins 6 to 8%, and it contains three types of proteins: albumin, required for osmotic valence, globulin, required for defense mechanism, and fibrinogen for clotting or blood coagulation. Rest is organic and inorganic substances like glucose, amino acid, lipids, and minerals like Na+, K+, Mg2+, HCO3-, Cl-, etc. Formed elements or corpuscles. Formed elements are three types: RBCs or red blood cells or erythrocytes. Its number is 5 to 5.5 million per cubic millimeter of blood. Second is WBC or white blood corpuscles or leucocytes. Their number are 6,000 to 8,000 per cubic millimeter of blood. And third one is platelets or thrombocytes. They are 1,50,000 to 3,50,000 per cubic millimeter of blood. RBCs are most abundant of all blood cells. They are biconcave disc-like with diameter 7 to 8 micrometer. Mature mammalian RBC is enucleated, that is devoid of nucleus, except camel and llama. Absence of nucleus increases hemoglobin content. RBC has large amount of enzyme carbonic anhydrase that catalyzes formation of bicarbonates. Average lifespan of RBC is 120 days, after which they are destroyed in the spleen. So spleen is called graveyard of RBC. RBC have red colored iron containing respiratory pigment called hemoglobin. A healthy individual has 12 to 16 gram of hemoglobin per 100 ml of blood. Leukocytes or WBCs. Leukocytes are two types, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes have cytoplasm granular and agranulocytes have cytoplasm without granules. Granulocytes having granular cytoplasm. These are further three types: eosinophil, which is 2 to 3%, basophil 0.5 to 1%, and neutrophil 60 to 65%. Eosinophil, these are 2 to 3%. They resist infection. They are responsible for allergic reactions. Basophils are 0.5 to 1%. They are least abundant WBC. They are involved in inflammatory reactions. Neutrophils are 60 to 65%. They are most abundant of all WBCs. They are phagocytic, that is engulf microbes. Agranulocytes having cytoplasm without granules. They are further two types: lymphocytes, which are 20 to 25%, and monocytes. They are 6 to 8%. Lymphocytes are further two types: B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. Functions of leukocytes or WBCs. Neutrophils and monocytes are phagocytic cells which destroy foreign organisms entering inside the body. Basophils, they are stained with basic dyes like methylene blue. Their nucleus is 2 or 3 lobed. They secrete three types of chemicals: histamine, serotonin, and heparin. Histamine and serotonin are significant in allergic reactions, while heparin is natural anticoagulant inside the body. Lymphocytes are two types: B lymphocytes. They produce antibodies, so provide humoral immunity or antibody mediated immunity, that is AMI. T lymphocytes, they help B lymphocytes to produce antibodies, so they provide cell mediated immunity or CMI. Thrombocytes or blood platelets. Thrombocytes are cell fragments produced from megakaryocytes. Megakaryocytes are special cell fragments in the bone marrow. These cells are round or oval with diameter 2 to 4 micrometer. They can release a variety of substances, most of which are involved in coagulation or clotting of blood. At the site of injury of blood vessels, large number of platelets accumulate and release platelet factors and an enzyme, thromboplastin, which result in coagulation of blood and clot formation. Serum. Serum is plasma without clotting factors. Thanks. If you like this, then please subscribe.